violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
It is now 9:02. There is new information overnight. Action News gathered that new information about a shooting in Philadelphia's Germantown neighborhood. Police tell us a 17-year-old victim has died. And adding to this heartbreak, officers saying his 9-year-old half-brother is the one who shot and killed him. This all happened in the 300 block of East Ashmead Street.
Did you hear that? I want you guys to hear what this man just said with a straight face. No opinion. He didn't go off script. He just said it how it was. You got a 9-year-old boy, 9-year-old super gremlin, that is, takes out 17-year-old half-brother.
Adding to this heartbreak, officers saying his 9-year-old half-brother is the one who shot and killed him. This all happened in the 300 block of East Ashmead Street. Investigators say yesterday afternoon, the two were playing video games when the 17-year-old started bullying and harassing the 9-year-old.
So they're playing 2K or Madden or whatever game, GTA, who knows. And the 17-year-old takes it too far, starts bullying is what they call it. Maybe he puts hands on the 9-year-old boy. Who knows? And, you know, this 17-year-old boy really might be a problem. Because if you know in the community, these dudes, they don't care if it's a kid. They don't care. They'll beat a kid up like they beat a grown man up. And the bullying is real in the community. I'm telling you that because I know. So this 9-year-old really might have been moving in self-defense. Or he might have just got fed up of whatever he was going through. But I wouldn't put it past this 17-year-old kid to have provoked this situation.
Well, that's when police say that 17-year-old threatened the child with a BB gun. Investigators say somehow that 9-year-old child found a handgun and then shot his half-brother.
Dang. So the 17-year-old threatened him with a BB gun, and he said, forget this. I'll call your bluff, and I got a real strap. And he shot him. Shot him. And this is why you can't be pointing guns at people. I don't care if it's a Nerf gun, a BB gun, a water gun. I don't care. Okay? I really don't. Maybe he knew it was a BB gun. Maybe he knew it was fake. But BB guns can do damage. They can kill. They can knock eyes out. They can inflict heavy harm. Okay? They can crack skulls. BB guns can do damage. And he really might have seriously threatened that 9-year-old with shooting him, which could definitely kill a 9-year-old boy. So he said, forget it. I'm going to get the real strap. And it's on.
That 17-year-old threatened the child with a BB gun. Investigators say somehow that 9-year-old child found a handgun and then shot his half.
And it reminds me of the Tamir Rice situation. You know, everybody's talking about Tamir Rice, and it's like, bro, he was aiming a gun at everybody in the street, aimed it at police, and he got shot. Same situation here. You got a 17-year-old super gremlin aiming a BB gun at his 9-year-old brother. 9-year-old has taken enough of the punishment from this 17-year-old, and he had enough, and he pulled the strap.
Brother, that teenager later died at the hospital. This morning, police working to figure out who that gun belonged to and whether that 9-year-old will be charged.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Philadelphia police are investigating an overnight homicide that was especially violent. A man was sitting in his car when someone opened fire, riddling the vehicle with bullets. Investigators say more than 30 shots were fired, leading them to only one conclusion. They say this was an execution.
Wow, and this is a regular thing in Philly. Philly has surpassed Chicago in murders. They've reached their 100th murder, and we're going to do a story on that. And it doesn't look like it's getting better.
Action News reporter Corey Davis has the story.
So this appears to be an execution due to the fact that the car is hit so many times and this victim is hit multiple times in the head, face, and his torso.
Chief Inspector Scott Small describes a gruesome murder along the 1900 block of North 32nd Street in the city's Strawberry Mansion section.
The shell casings are all over the highway, both sides of the street.
Small says police real-time crime cameras captured the shooting. He tells us the footage shows 3 suspects surrounding this red car and opening fire around 1:30 this morning.
And what can you do about that? These super gremlins, they're very sneaky. They sneak up on your car. You don't even see them. Your rearview mirrors aren't going to see them. Your side mirrors aren't going to see them. And he got caught lacking.
So it appears that these shooters were firing into this vehicle from every direction. But the vehicle was hit at least 15 times by gunfire. We know 31 shots were fired.
Officers and medics found the victim dead behind the wheel with the engine still running. Police say he appears to have been in his mid-20s. Today, we spotted a large number of Philadelphia police officers patrolling the area. In a span of roughly 10 minutes, we counted nearly a dozen police cruisers on the street and on neighboring blocks. Some people who live in the area tell us there have been shootings in the past, and now they're wondering what it will take for the violence to stop. Reporting here in Strawberry Mansion, Corey Davis, Channel 6 Action News.
Tonight, multiple shootings, including a teen. Violence in the city of Philadelphia tonight, multiple shootings, including a teenager and a man now fighting for his life in the hospital. And Chris, you were awfully close to one of those shootings.
Yeah, Dawn, when I heard the gunshots tonight here in the thick of Center City, I honestly knew our assignment would take a different turn. An 18-year-old man is shot tonight, the latest victim in what has been a epidemic of gun violence that police are trying to get a handle on. Philadelphia police detectives working their 10th shooting in 2 nights, the latest in a busy Center City parking lot near 8th and Market Streets, where someone in a group opened fire, hitting an 18-year-old man who was shot in the foot. Several cars also struck.
There was a group of kids that ran through this parking lot from west to east, and the shots were heard from numerous people at the crowd of people. So we're not sure someone in that crowd was shooting or someone was being chased, but we're looking for video at this point to try to make a determination of what happened here tonight.
An officer with the Philadelphia Parking Authority found the teenager hiding in a nearby parking garage after being shot.
Yeah, was that kid?
He was all right. He was scared. He was scared, a little shaken up. But once I got there with him and I told him he was going to be all right, he seemed to calm down a little bit.
Just a few hours earlier, those same detectives were investigating a double shooting on the 1900 block of East Washington Lane. A 21-year-old man was shot in the arm and legs. A 28-year-old man was shot once in the head, last listed in critical condition. It's the...
Dang, I mean... It is going down in Philly, bruh. This is gruesome.
These kinds of non-fatal shootings is the reason why a new Philadelphia police task force was recently established.
Is a problem we're struggling with, but we just need to, again, work together as a community, as a whole, as a city, and try to get these people to understand that taking your anger and aggression out with a weapon doesn't solve anything. It not only hurts an individual who's in the hospital now. If we catch the person, that person will clearly do jail time.
Now, so far, no arrest in either of those shootings, but since the formation of that new gun violence task force, police tell us that arrests are starting to climb. Dawn?
All right, some good news. Thank you, Chris. Well, 2021 was a record-breaking year for homicides in Philadelphia, and sadly, 2022 is keeping pace as the city has already hit its 100th murder. And only on Fox 29, our Kelly Rule talked to the family of the victim of the 100th murder. She's live in Spring Garden. Kelly.
Yeah, Dawn, family members identified this victim to us as 28-year-old Bryheem Barr. They tell me he was engaged, a father of 3, and was simply trying to go to work at the time. Police sources tell me tonight they believe the motive in this case was robbery.
Wow. And it's crazy because we talk all this brotherhood stuff in the community. You got a black man. He's working, just doing what he got to do to make ends meet, to feed his kids. And these super gremlins run up on him on demon time.
Unnecessary. Why did you do it? Why would you do that to him? He was only 28.
Lorraine Barr comforts the fiance of her nephew, Bryheem Barr. The family identified him as the 28-year-old man shot and killed in West Philadelphia Thursday night, a soon-to-be husband and father of 3, studying to be a nurse.
He just wanted to take care of people. Bryheem loved people. Hardworking, bothers nobody, will give you the shirt off of his back, will do anything for his family. He wouldn't hurt a soul.
Philadelphia police say the shooting happened just before 11 p.m. on North 53rd Street near Arch Street. Barr's family says he worked 3 jobs and was simply walking to his car to go to work. Police sources tell Fox 29 they believe the motive was robbery, and sources believe the shooter took Barr's firearm that he legally owned, his holster empty when officers got to the scene.
Dang. So this is a real thing going on where these super gremlins are so bold that they're running up on people with guns and stealing the guns. I showed you that video in Atlanta where the 14-year-old super gremlin tried to steal the gun from the brother and they got in a shootout at the gas station. So these super gremlins are so bold that they will literally try and take the gun from your holster. This is next level demon time.
Neighbors heard the chaos.
3 succession shots, then a hesitation, and then 3 more. It's unfortunate.
He's not just going to be another homicide. This family would like any answers that we can possibly get.
And, you know, I heard what she said. He's not just going to be another homicide, and definitely to the family, he's not going to be. But to the community, all he is unfortunately the 100th homicide in Philadelphia. Okay? And I guarantee if you look at how many people were killed and what percentage of those people are black, probably look like how that New Orleans brother was speaking. 96%. Since it's Philly, a little more diverse, I would say at least 85%. At the least. So it's sad. I mean, this guy, there's not going to be a national outcry over his killing. There just isn't. I wish that there was, but it's not going to happen. Not from the community. Not when we still have these sisters out here who are advocating for criminal justice reform and bail reform and laws to make it harder for police officers to pull over criminals in Philadelphia that was passed by the city council. And that was a brother who did that. So we've got the representation. We've got, you know, the political prowess and the political power, but his problem continues to persist.
To put those away who did this to him, because he did not deserve it.
Barr's death marks the 100th homicide in 2022 in Philadelphia, following a historically deadly 2021 that saw more than 560 murders. On Twitter, Commissioner Danielle Outlaw wrote in part, quote, PPD will continue to utilize every resource we have to stem this tide of violence and will not rest until we bring to justice those who seek to cause harm.
Show some remorse. Turn yourself in. He didn't deserve this.
Now, Barr's family members tell me in just the past 2 years, he lost both of his parents. His father passed away not even 6 months ago, so they're absolutely devastated. Police say they are still working on collecting video from the scene. They have not made any arrests, but Dawn, of course, anybody with information is asked to come forward.
So sad. All right, Kelly, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.